What's the one thing that you can do right now to lease more apartments? What's the one thing? If you've got pressure, let's say you're a lease up, or God forbid, you're sitting at 70% occupancy. What is the one thing that you can do right now to help get yourself out of that hole and to lease more units? I want to hear your comments below. What's one thing that's worked for you? Hey everybody, I am Matt Easton. If you are looking for more tips on how to lease apartments, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel. It's very easy. Just click the subscribe button. I'm going to send you tips on a consistent basis that are going to help you in your career in property management. Hey, so here's my thoughts on the one thing that you can do to lease more apartments. Are you ready to have your mind blown? Has to do with this baby right here. You need to answer the phone, okay? Most people in the leasing agents, and I've audited them, if you go through our Leasing University phone training, we've got some sample calls in there. I wanted those calls to go great. I wanted some examples of great experiences. We didn't get a single one. Most of them didn't answer the phone. Most of them had robots answering for them. Some of them actually had a message that the first thing when it called was, "Thank you for calling Cedars Apartments. In case of a fire or life-threatening emergency, hang up and dial 911. Oh my God, I was already scared to lease. This place is actually on fire and I think they have murders going on like right now. I'm not even touching that place. I probably can't even get within a mile of that property because I'm sure the SWAT team has like the little tape that I can't cross to get into the leasing office." What a horrible message to send when somebody calls that the first thing that they hear is fire or life-threatening emergency. The number one thing that you can do to lease more apartments is answer this baby when somebody calls. I'd love to have you answer it within 3 rings. We go through in our phone training on exactly what to say, how to say it, how to get that lease, to where when you answer that phone, you've got, one of our clients with over 100 communities did an independent study. They found that when their people were answering the phone, actually a live human being, not a robot, they had a 70% chance of closing the lease. When they didn't answer and they called the person back, even if they called the person back in the first day, dropped to 30%. Now, why is that? Why do you think that? Why do you think it would go from a 70% chance of getting the lease to a 30% chance? Well, I think because you wanna encourage me on answering the phone, so that's just the kind of number you're making up. No, that's not it. I'm not making up numbers here. The reason why it dropped from 70 to 30 is I want you to think about life. And I want you to think about life today and how it works. What happens when somebody leaves you a voicemail? All right, let's walk through that process. When they leave you a voicemail, at that point they were expecting you to answer the phone. If you had picked up the phone and answered, you would have been an expert and they would have been a person needing help. Therefore, you are now suddenly in a position of power and authority, and they are in a position of less power and need. They're in a position of need, and you're fulfilling that need. You call, I answer, "Hey, what can I get you information on?" "Oh my gosh, I need help. I need to close more leases." "Don't worry, we got this covered. Here's what you need to do." They call the community and leave a message. At that point, they've opened themselves up to say, "Help me, doctor, help me." If you let that go to voicemail and you return the call, let's say you return the call an hour later, right? What are you? You're a pest. You're interrupting them. You're a salesperson. Ring, ring, ring. "Hey, this is Tony." "Hey Tony, it's Matt. I just got your phone." "Yeah, Matt. Sorry, bad time, man. I'm at my daughter's dance recital." "Yeah, well, you just called and left a message about 2 bedrooms. Sorry, Tony. I'll need to follow back with you." And that's honestly the rarest of situations. In today's age, you call them back. Guess what you're going to have to do? What did they have to do with you? You're going to have to leave a voicemail. Okay. Now, you obviously don't have the right habits because you didn't answer your phone the first time. So how can we expect you to answer your phone the second time? So guess what happens when, if, and I say if, big if they didn't get a hold of somebody that's been professionally trained that actually answers their phone, shuts them down, and gets that lease, okay? So let's say the rest of the world just leaves them sitting there waiting to sign a lease with somebody and nobody answers their phone. So they call you back, they leave a voicemail, you call them back, you leave a voicemail, death spiral. Death spiral. Everybody's chasing their tail, everybody's leaving voicemails. Why do you think we call it phone tag? Because it's real and it exists. The number one thing that you can do is I want you to answer that phone. I want you to answer it within 3 rings. I want you to commit to me right now. Give me 1 week. Just give me a week of answering the phone every time it rings within 3 rings. And I want you to leave a comment below or track me down on social, however you want to find me. Let me know how that's working for you. I guarantee you there's going to be more leases in it for it. I guarantee you your life is going to be easier. Your follow-up is going to go way down because you're not having to chase people now with voicemail. You're answering the call and you're handling it on the first call and you don't get into that death spiral. So that's the number one thing that you can do to get more leases. Answer the phone, try it, it works, please. And let me know how it's working for you.